Hello everyone, welcome back to this session where we'll be discussing on what are the CBSE's new guidelines for assessments, right? So we'll be quickly looking at that. So what we'll do is we'll just take a concept and we'll be looking at what are the competency MCQ based questions that will be coming up from different learning objectives of that particular concept, right? The sample assessment items by CBSE. Yes, CBSE has mentioned that this year it's gonna be term 1 and term 2, and in term 1 there'll be multiple choice questions based on different competencies, including case-based MCQs and assertion and reasoning type. So today we'll be looking at what are these competency based MCQ questions and how they are actually divided. So there'll be a total of 50 marks, out of which 10 marks will be for your internal assessments. We'll be looking at that detail in the upcoming videos, but today let's look at these competency based MCQs, which will be coming for 40 marks. So and the rest 10 marks will be for your internal assessments. In these 40 marks, 46% of them will be based on demonstrate knowledge and understanding, so out of 40 marks. And for application of knowledge, that is your application oriented questions, will be for 22% of marks, and then analyze, evaluate and create competencies will be for 32%. So these are some of the competency based questions based on knowledge. Which statement is true for the reflection of light? Is it the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are equal? The reflected light is less bright than the incident light. The sum of angles of incidence and reflection is always greater than 90 degrees. The beams of incident light after reflection diverges at unequal angles. Right, I hope you know the answer. So when you talk about the laws of reflection of light, then probably you know this statement, whether it is true, which of them as actually is true for the reflection of light. Yes, it is none other than option A, where the angle of incidence is actually equal to the angle of reflection. So that's what laws of reflection says. Pretty easy one. And let's go to the next one, where we have this question which shows an image. The image shows the reflection of light on a mirror. Reflection of light on a mirror, just see that. And based on the image, what can be inferred? We need your inference, not the just the statement of law or anything of that sort. So let's look at the options that we have. We need the inference based on the what we have learned related to the reflection of light on a mirror. So the incidence ray, reflected ray and the normal at the point of reflection lie on a common plane. So and the second option is the angle of incidence, angle of reflection and the normal at the point of reflection lie on a common plane. So this is the other option. And the third option is the angle of the angle between incident ray and the normal is greater than the angle between the normal ray and the reflected ray. The angle between the incident ray and the normal ray is smaller than the angle between the normal ray and the reflected ray. So here, if you talk about the inference, we cannot just get a statement which is related to a loss of reflection. No, it is not going to be that. When it comes to inference, we'll have to infer something, right? So here, if you take the inference into picture, the angle of incidence, the angle of reflection and the normal exactly at the point of reflection. So here, if you talk about the angles, so yes, we know that the angle of incident, that is the incident ray, reflected ray and the normal lie on a common plane. That's not the inference that they're talking about. If you talk about the inference, which is where you can see the angles of these incident rays and the reflected ray, they also lie on a same plane, right? So that's what the inference that we can get from the law which is there. So when it comes to the inference, the option is actually B, which is the angle of incidence, the angle of reflection and the normal at the point of reflection lie on a common plane. So that's what is the inference. So the the answer is actually B. So if you look at the competency based questions related to application, Let's look at the first question, which is a student conducts an activity using a concave mirror with a focal length of 10 centimeters. So here f is equal to 10 centimeters and he placed the object 15 centimeters from the mirror. That means it's a concave mirror. So here they have mentioned that the focal length is 10 centimeters. So since this is the pole, so as per the sign convention, anything that is being measured on the negative x-axis, that is from here, let's assume P as a origin of a coordinate system, for example, right? So anything that is measured in this direction will be negative. So let's assume that the focal length is somewhere here and this is minus 10 centimeters, right? And he placed the object 15 centimeters from the mirror, that means obviously from the pole, right? So let's say he has placed what you call the object somewhere at 15 centimeters. So let's assume that this is actually 15 centimeters from here to here. That's obviously minus 15 centimeters. So if over here is minus 10 centimeters and the object distance, which is u, which is minus 15 centimeters. So by using this mirror formula, that is 1 by f is equal to 1 by u plus 1 by v, we'll be able to calculate what v is equal to minus 10 centimeters and u, the object distance, which is minus 15 centimeters, if you remember our diagram, right? So we need to calculate v. So let's do that. Minus 1 by 10 is equal to minus 1 by minus 15 plus 1 by v, right? So here if we calculate minus 1 by 10 minus so this is gonna be 1 minus, right? So since there is a minus here, I'll actually make it as plus, so that will be plus 1 by 15 is equal to 1 by v, right? So here if you take the LCM, that will be 30, right? So it will be minus 3 plus 2, which is equal to 1 by v. So v is this is minus 1 by 30 over here, which is equal to 1 by v. So v actually is minus 30 centimeters. This one in this case, so v is actually minus 30 centimeters. That means from the pole. So this is somewhere around here. Yeah, it will be obviously inverted as well as magnified, but this distance from here will be minus 30 centimeters. So this is the image. Obviously it's a real image and inverted image. So the answer here is 30 centimeters in front of the mirror, of course. And in the second question, Rekha has placed a juice bottle at 20 centimeters in front of a convex mirror. So when it is at in front of the convex mirror, so it is gonna be negative. That's because measuring it in a direction opposite to the incident light. So let's quickly show that. So let's say if I want to draw it, so I can draw something like this for the convex mirror. So this is the direction of light actually, and let's say Rekha has placed it at 20 centimeters in front of the convex mirror somewhere here. So the distance is being measured from this point, right? So that's where it is gonna be negative because the incident light is this way and we are measuring it in the opposite direction. That's why the object distance is gonna be negative. U is minus 20 centimeters in this case, and the focal length is actually 20 centimeters. So if you calculate U as minus 20 and F as 20 centimeters, then the distance of the image that has formed will be plus 10 centimeters, which is actually a virtual image, and it is actually diminished, and it will be 10 centimeters behind the mirror. So the option is will be this one. So that's where the sign conventions are pretty important in this case. So when you get the correct sign conventions, definitely you'll be getting the correct answer for such type of questions. So As you can see, the option is D in this case, that is 30 centimeters in front of the mirror, and this is at a distance 10 centimeters behind the mirror, as it's a virtual image. If you haven't downloaded our SuperTeacher official live learning app from the Play Store, just download it right away, and this is gonna be the logo for the same. Just go to Play Store, type super space teacher space official and download it. You will be able to receive a lot of information related to CBSE new exam pattern for both term 1 and term 2 as well. Chapter wise practice tests will be available over there, and we have iOS app as well. The name of it is My Institute. You'll have to download this app and use the organization code kapa. So we are also conducting a free mock test, all India wide a free mock test. So if you want to register, just go ahead to our website superteacher.in, or else you can even directly go to this website, that is https://bit.ly/cbse mock test, and it is gonna be on 17th of August at 5 p.m. The syllabus will be chemical reactions and equations, acids, bases and salts, and from math the syllabus will be real numbers and polynomials. So you can expect the questions from this. Multiple choice questions based on different competencies, case based MCQs, and assertion and reasoning type of MCQs. All those types you can expect in this free mock test that we are conducting. What are you waiting for? Just head over and register for the same. You can also get to see the rationalized syllabus in the app itself. So what are you waiting for? Just download and explore the app. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.